From WKGC's Studio A on the campus of Gulf Coast State College, the Military Hour with your host, Cary Deeter, on AM 1480, Southport, Panama City, Florida.
So I guess I'll start with welcoming you, Ms. Cope and Mr. Tabatt, Ms. Tabatt, and Jonathan. Glad to have you back. Military Hour, we're doing something new today, but I'm going to try not to talk much at all. Yeah, because they can tell something not right.
How long are we going to be on for?
Until you say you want to go.
What do we usually do?
Well, we're taping now, so.
Now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, let's go.
Roll with it. Yeah, I know you've got this coming up, and I'm excited.
Yeah, we're really excited. We have our Warrior Beach Retreat. The Warriors are coming in from the 12th through the 19th to Ocean Villa Condominiums, who is hosting us, and we're very grateful for them to do that. And got a good crowd coming in of Wounded Warriors from all across the country. Bob Williamson is our speaker. He's out of Tallahassee. And he's a man that has quite a testimony. I encourage people to go to our website, warriorbeachretreat.org. He's on there with his story. And he's going to be a man with a great story of hope for these wounded warriors.
Well, I'll have to see that today then. I won't hesitate to go see that.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Why does everybody always look at me and expect me to talk to them?
Well, you're the professional, Jerry, that's why.
Yeah,
but
right.
You were sharing some information earlier that was interesting about upcoming events.
Yes, we are really, the community for this retreat is really getting behind us now. Sonny's Barbecue, Wayne Lindsay and crew, we're doing a big fundraiser with them, all three Sonny locations on Monday the 24th. They're going to give a percentage of their proceeds, plus from 5 to 8.
This month.
Next Monday.
The Monday, the 24th of August.
Good deal.
In addition to all three locations giving us a percentage of their proceeds for the day for Warrior Beach Retreat, the Callaway location, from 5 to 8, a big silent auction. And all of those proceeds, of course, will go towards Warrior Beach Retreat. Headlining that silent auction right now is a Randy Lovelady from the Pepsi Gulf Coast Jam gave me two 3-day VIP pit passes valued at almost $500 a piece.
Yeah.
Debbie Knight, Hampton Inn, out on Thomas Drive, a 2-night extravaganza with a $350 value. So there's a lot of good items. And, of course, Norma, she's got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, you told us you had some things, too.
Yes, I'm kind of like ladies' luggage, little overnight bags, candles.
Oh.
I don't know what all I'm going to stick in there.
But you're going to have some good stuff. It sounds like it to me.
I'm really thinking maybe my phone number, too.
Okay. Yeah, good luck with that, Jerry.
Yeah, it should be worth a quarter. Come on.
Yeah, I don't know. I keep trying to give mine out, and they give it back.
You guys are, and then it's at the Callaway location for Sonny's is where the auction will be from 5 to 8. 5 to 8.
5 to 8.
So, and it's ending promptly at 8. So if you want to get those great deals that Jerry and Norma were just talking about, there will be some other things also in there, which will be great.
And that's the location just past Walmart on the left. Yeah, as you go out 98.
The one in Lynn Haven, and also the one out there on the beach.
On Back Beach.
Yeah, so and it's just great the way this community's really starting to bond and come together on this, and everybody's so excited. I mean, Linda's phone's lit up, emails being lit up. They say, "How can we help? How can we help? How can we help?"
Yeah.
And just to show you what this community is doing, Ocean Villa condos. Doug Counts out there.
Oh yeah.
Sweetheart.
They don't have a room where we can have like meals and meetings and stuff, so don't worry about that. They got together with is it either Lowe's or
Lowe's.
Today they got the final from Lowe's. They are donating all the materials and the labor.
Building us a room.
Terrific.
That's the attitude of these folks. In the community. It's amazing.
It is, yeah.
It is.
They're stepping up now like we've never seen before with the community getting behind us. I mean, our parade route last time had 6,000 to 8,000. I wouldn't be surprised if we don't hit 10 to 12.
Well, I hope so.
It's the longest parade route we've ever had, leaving Ocean Villa Condominiums, down Thomas Drive, over the bridge, 98, then down 77, and we're going down in through Lynn Haven, down Transmitter
Right.
to Highland Park Baptist Church, which is hosting us. And we're so grateful for them
That's terrific.
hosting us this year. But
That's
it'll be
terrific.
our longest parade route ever.
Yeah, it'll be a lot of fun.
Well,
I mean,
I'm looking forward to it because you know what I say, if I'm breathing, I'm there.
Oh, yes.
So-
Yes. Oh, you're awesome. And I want to
No,
put a
not-
big thank you out there to Premium Indoor Signs with Stephen Harris and Lisa Atkinson. They started running billboards today. They donate the billboards and have from numerous retreats. So just, Premium Indoor Signs, Lisa Atkinson and Stephen Harris are big supporters running those 4 weeks before the retreats, which is phenomenal. And then again, Panama City Toyota providing the vehicles for
Yeah,
us.
that's fabulous.
And then Ocean Villa Condominiums and the homeowners all donating the rooms.
Then it's going to start out with Gulf Coast Electric over there on 388,
Mm-hmm.
77. Of course, that's when we come in from the airport, bringing our
Right.
gals and gals in. That's their first exposure to what they're really going to be going through. They're going to have their big lit sign out there and welcoming Michael White, the CEO, a big donation from Gulf Coast Electric. So that tells you, and then it's going to be the September issue, I believe, they're going to feature Warrior Beach Retreat in their magazine that they put out. So it's just, that's the spread on it. And
How
Right.
many people get that magazine?
I think,
Thousands.
I want to say 15,000 or something like that. Yeah.
You know,
It's exciting.
and that directly relates to what we were talking about earlier about even the veteran posts, all of VFW, Legions, they're all beginning to coalesce because we all are about the same thing about
That's right.
helping families, helping veterans,
Yes.
helping the children, giving back to the community. So that's happening. We don't need to say, oh, I just belong here or I just belong there. No, we want to make everybody welcome and participate.
Right.
So,
And it's that bonding, and it just doesn't
Oh,
look
yeah.
like this 12th through the 19th of September. That's not the end of it.
No.
Last week, Norma and I talked to one of the ladies that adopted us. She's from Arkansas. I got to speak 5 minutes, and they talked for over an hour. So it's like you never let it go. Your family just grows and grows.
absolutely.
But I got too many of them now. They want to charge me child support.
Well, if you got to pay, you got to pay. So.
True.
But there's we have, I think, 3 in wheelchairs for this one. And a lot of these guys coming are dealing with the PTSD, TBI. In fact, there's actually a family coming down here that is looking to be going into Emerald Coast Behavioral Hospital and hope
Yeah.
to get in there with her warrior for their program.
I'm sure
This
Tim
retreat.
Bedford and the staff
Tim
will
Bedford.
open them with open
yes,
arms.
Yes, so they're hoping that's all kind of coming into place, and
Good.
we've actually asked them to be staff, and it all is kind of working out.
And tell them about your big deal. This lady here
Come on, Norma, give it up.
is really going all out. I mean, big fundraisers. She's selling plaques, but I'm really proud of her for this, the Ladies' Day at the spa.
Yeah, I've sold 3 ladies tickets,
Really?
$250.
Norma!
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome!
And I've sold 28 plaques.
So all of her proceeds goes to Warrior Beach. I mean, that's
That
what it's
is
Yeah,
awesome.
good for you.
My wife,
Fabulous.
I don't take any money for it.
Well, sure.
All goes to it.
Yeah.
And it's a fundraiser, so half of it actually goes to the Warrior Beach Retreat.
That is awesome. But the 250 goes 100%.
Right.
Because that is awesome. And Norma, what is the name of your business that you have?
Celebrating Home.
Celebrating Home. And we thank
Celebrating
God
home.
Norma and Jerry really got tied into this. Well, Jerry, number one, asked me, why didn't you ask? Which was, we've done this 6.5 years, now we're going, I think that was like 5 years ago or something.
Yeah.
It's like, why didn't you ask? But they went with us to visit Walter Reed,
Oh, wow.
Army Medical Center Hospital. That was maybe 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And they got to see the heart and soul and the pain and be there with these men and women. And I think that really made an impact. And we're so honored to have them go up there with us. And it just, we thank God for Norma and Jerry because they're family, they're part of our team, and actually come and work as staff during the retreats. Jerry takes his vacation to be there. So, Norma has been through things in her life where she can really relate to these women where some that don't even have mothers call her their mother.
Yeah.
And just, she has a heart for them. And that's the people we want to be part of our team.
Oh, sure.
And like Jerry and you, Cary, that have stepped on board and big helpers. And then Jonathan, tell them about what you do, Bubba.
Hello, my name is Jonathan. I work as a chaplain in a counseling role with the minister and encourage these warriors and wives, knowing that they're not alone, because we understand and just it's amazing because my family and what I've been through with my brother Josh and stuff, and he's doing good, and his wife, and just to be a part of something that's a special. It's amazing, and it's a privilege and an honor to help these guys and to be friends with them and to live life, and they could put the walls down, be who they are, not feel like there's something else, but because they're not, because they're humans like us,
Yep.
And I have a passion and a desire to continue to do this, and I'm just so happy and so excited about this next one coming, because it tells me that this is where I need to be for my life, but just knowing that our freedom is not free, because these warriors and wives, they fought for our country. We must not forget that. But I'm just glad blessed to live in a community that's so amazing, and it helps and really brings honor and just appreciation to what these guys and gals have done. And so I'm glad to be a part of it.
And one thing too is, if you come to this ceremony at the church on September 17th, that Thursday, after the services, you're going to get a chance to meet these young men and women up front and close and personal. You can talk to them. And they don't want your pity.
No.
All they want is to be accepted for who they are and what they are. And like I always tell them, I don't care if you're missing an arm, a leg, whatever. Right. All I care about is what's in your heart.
That's
what's
it.
In your mind. And that's all that counts. And Linda starting this has made such a difference. I mean, 22 of our veterans commit suicide every day.
Every day. It's a shame.
Every day. And
Crying
I
shame.
don't mind if I say that. We've had them these retreats that Norma and I have been on. We've had a couple of them threatening to jump off the balconies. Mm-hmm. But as staff, we kind of are able to break down that barrier where it's not, we're not a bunch of counselors where we're saying, well, okay, you got 3 appointments now, one at 8:30 tomorrow, one at 1700 hours the next. We don't do that. We're there when they need us, and they learn to trust us, and they realize that we're not doing this because it's something that we want our name. Well, I could care less. You'll never have to mention my name. I just want to be remembered for the fact that both of us have made a difference in their lives, and that's what I feel the good Lord put us on this earth to do.
Sure.
That's what we're here for, to help one another.
And you never know what kind of impact you may have on somebody else's life, either through word or through deed. You don't know. You may find out 2 or 3 years down the road, they come to you and go, hey, I remember when you said so-and-so, and guess what? And you're oblivious to the fact that you actually said or did something to help them along in their journey.
Well, we had Scott Frazier step up and say something to one of our warrior couples, and she was one of those that was just ready to end it all. Right. And Scott Frazier, works with Sheriff Frank McKeon, he said something to her, and now you're part of a family. Now you're part, and she's a wife, a wounded warrior, and when we had our share time the next day, she said what Scott Frazier said saved her life.
Right.
See, you don't know.
And what this community does, they need to realize they've been leaving notes on their cars because they have their flags and their names on them at restaurants and wherever they're parked. And they're not used to that. They are so loved. And like you were saying, Cary, if you have an opportunity in our lives every day, but especially when these warriors are here, you don't know. Just standing on the side of the road to honor them is a big deal. And then being at that ceremony, September 17th at 7 at Highland Park Baptist Church, is a big deal. There are no little deals with these men and women. Most of them went straight from the battlefield to the hospital to home, never got a hero's welcome. And a lot of them just feel so alone, like nobody cares. Was it really worth it, what all I sacrificed for? And in fact, our son Joshua now is in a place for wounded warriors with PTSD, TBI. He went in there Monday. He'll be there for a couple months just to get get healed from the horrors of war that he.
Right.
It'll be 9 years in November.
And that's what Linda is saying. It's so true. Is a lot of these young men, you look at them and they look like me, they look like Jonathan, they look like you, and say, well, how can you be a wounded veteran? They don't realize their mind is scrambled from sit to know.
Right.
It's the
Physical.
the invisible scars.
Yeah.
But the mental part is the worst part, because they may be sitting here talking and all of a sudden somebody would clap their hands and immediately, they're in the defensive position. So those are the kind of things that you don't see. So, that's why I so encourage people to come to this ceremony and talk to these young men and women. But the funny part of it is it's helped Norma and I. Our marriage has strengthened. We've learned a lot. And it just, see, everybody, you all learn together.
And we have all healed.
Right.
We have healed through it.
Yeah. I have seen such a big change in her over the last 4 years. And I know she don't mind, but she came from an abusive husband. I mean, that may not be somebody that's out there. She wasn't out there getting shot at, but she still had the same mental, the physical,
trauma,
the trauma associated with that. So that's why, like Linda said, she is so great with it. I kind of envy what she does. I really do.
But it's been my experience, and I would imagine it's a lot of people's experience. You get more by giving back than you ever expect, and you've heard me say this, people are made for loving, not hurting.
Right.
So, if you can't love them, don't hurt them. Just don't even be a part then. But if you want to give back, do it. You'll be more than blessed doing it.
Exactly.
More than blessed.
That's like we pick up a couple at the airport every time. And when they are walking there and see all the soldiers and flags and the motorcycle patriots,
Yes, ma'am.
and they announce their names, they can't believe it's for them.
Yeah.
They're in shock. And they stand there and go, what? And they just can't believe that somebody does that much for them.
Well, there's another smaller group here in town that out at the airport, moment's notice they can be there, flag lines, welcoming troops coming home, or when they're leaving, they'll be there for them when they're leaving. And that's Warrior Watch Riders.
Right.
But,
They're part of
Charlie
it.
Peace and Tim Stockinger.
Yeah, they're part of us.
And what's
Good people. Good people.
What's so good about this retreat is that there's no politics here.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no politics whatsoever. This is human beings with human beings talking,
Amen.
listening, and that's the big part.
Yep.
That I've talked about this before to some of our warriors when they've come in, and they say, you're right. In a normal conversation, everybody can talk.
Correct.
But very few people listen. And that's what these young men and women want. They want you to listen. They don't expect you to understand exactly what's going wrong with them, but they want you to feel the compassion for them. They want you to feel what they're feeling inside, to know that I'm a person too. I'm not just this shell that went over there and protected your freedom. So that's what's good about it. I mean, it's amazing.
Well, then that spa day, we go and we'll be going to the Hilton Sandestin Spa, and we have we're going over in stretch limos for the ladies. We have a group that's helping. They're donating 25% off of it. It's a wonderful group. I gotta think of their name and tell you, but it's a limousine company that is helping us. But that's the day the guys go deep sea fishing or golfing, and thank God for Charlie Paprocki with the Jubilee.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, he's precious. And Jerry takes care of the deep sea fishing trip. If they leave that trip hungry, it's their fault, because I think he gets 5 restaurants to donate 2 meals or something. But they get plenty
Good
of
deal.
food. Good deal. Oh God. Yeah. So, and then some go golfing. And the men, the wives, a lot of them can't even leave their husbands. And so that's where that spot, we leave at 7 in the morning. We're not leaving the Hilton till 5 that afternoon, because the ladies are able to connect and talk and know that their men are in good hands.
That's where
Norma comes in, and she just connects. And these ladies,
Good for you.
She does. She's got such a ministry with these wives and stays in touch with them. So it's just so heartening. But the women finally have a time they could not afford
Right.
what they're getting. That's the $250 donations people are giving us
that's what she's
for the
working
spa
on.
day that Norma's helped collect, because it's expensive. It's
Yeah.
expensive, but those women deserve it. It's the caregivers that are the unsung heroes of war.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a tough, anybody that's taking care of anybody, period. But that's the day the ladies really, really can heal. But again, I'm so grateful for Highland Park Baptist hosting this. First time at that church. First time at Highland Park Baptist, and we're grateful for the church and the staff and the team to do the ceremony at 7 o'clock.
And one thing I gotta say about Jonathan, he doesn't bother to say it, but that young man right there, he's actually baptized people on these retreats. He's actually performed wedding ceremonies. That's the Jonathan a lot of people don't realize, that in addition to him being there to help preach the gospel and just be there with them, he does those kind of things too. And it to me, it takes a special type of person for someone that you meet, and 3 days after you meet, they're saying, Jonathan, will you baptize me?
Yeah.
And I just bang the table. I'm not supposed to do that.
Oh, well, Tom will just come get you for that.
That's
But
fine.
I think we're safe. I think we're safe. He took his wife to the doctor, so.
But it's just, that's the kind of stuff that Jonathan does.
Yeah.
And he won't talk about it, but I had to get that in because that guy there, he does more than people realize.
Well, I always ask him a question when he comes on, so I'm going to put you on the spot again. How you doing in school?
But did you ask? I actually have it tonight.
You have it tonight?
Just have it tonight, and I'm actually gonna. I love it, and it just that coincides with what I do with Warrior Beach Retreat.
Right.
It's like I'm getting my minor in counseling, and it just helped me prepare me. But it's all about what it's about. It's the heart, and that's what all matters to me. Because these guys, I just love being a part and doing where my gifting is. Because
There you go.
I wouldn't want to do anything else, because I know this is where I'm supposed to be, and
Yep.
I'm just going to keep doing it.
No matter what you're doing, if your heart's in it, that's what makes the difference.
That's it.
And I don't care who you are, what you do. I don't care if you're a TV personality or whatever,
Yeah.
or president of the United States. Everybody's bottom line is they want to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's with their money, their marriage, their job, whatever. People want to be happy. So if you can help them get there, more power to you. Do you have a graduation date yet?
I have one more year, and I'll graduate probably in 2016, probably, right? Probably in May 16th, I believe, or 15th, or somewhere around there. But yeah.
Well, good.
We'll have to let you know.
Well, see, I don't like polls, but I'm going to take a quick poll. How many in this room think time passes too fast and his year will be up before he knows it? Me.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah. And the older you get, the quicker it goes. So.
Exactly.
And I also want to talk about the fundraiser for Emerald Coast Behavioral Hospital.
Oh, food.
Yes, I'll tell you, everybody with businesses or individuals, they are so gracious. This is the third one they've done for us.
Right.
And it's Friday, September 11th of all days.
Day before.
Friday, September 11th from 10:30 to 1 at Emerald Coast Behavioral Hospital. 100% of the proceeds go to us.
Yep.
Deep Smoke Barbecue is doing the grilling. And they're the ones that go to, they won Grills, not girls, Grills Gone Wild. Grills Gone Wild. I think they've been on TV, but I think they posted this every time. But
Right.
you get, it's $8 a meal, $15 for 2 meals, 10 or more, they deliver it to you
Yeah.
for free. And it's a quarter barbecue chicken, mac and cheese, baked beans, and a dessert. And it's good food. It is good,
Yeah.
good food. But that
Very,
being
very
September
good.
11th, our warriors and wives that come are post 9/11. And so it's just all falling into place in such a beautiful, beautiful way. But they actually have a full wing donated to helping these guys.
Tim told me they
Build more. I told Tim, he said, we're building another one.
they told me they delivered food all the way to Weewah last year.
That's this
I'm
community.
like, wow.
That's this community.
Yeah.
I mean, their hearts are opening up in this community, and that's what's making it such a huge success. And thank God for Linda to get this
Absolutely.
started, because now there's something and we have such a huge military community.
Oh, yeah.
There's something now where everybody can kind of come together and work for one common cause because Air Force, we know the Air Force we have the Army's back and everything, but it's just like it's us. When we get out on this boat that she's talking about, it's not, oh, you're a Navy sailor, you have a white uniform, I'm Air Force, I have blue.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any difference what color uniform you wear. Because I always say, okay, Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, whatever, let's all line up and cut our arm. What color do we bleed?
Yep.
Red.
Don't forget the Coast Guard.
Does it make? Yeah.
On the Coast Guard, that's right.
Yeah, so that's what it's all about right there. Just
Absolutely.
everybody coming together for one common cause to honor these young men and women, especially these young women. Because
That's it.
They did not sign up for it, and that's why I'm so thankful.
Yeah.
And Norma can step in because it's like she develops that mother-daughter relationship, and that's what's so special. They open up to her, they trust her, and that's the thing, because they know what we talk about is not going any further in that room. We're not going to write an article in the paper and say, well, Sally and I talked about this, and this. No, that's nobody's business.
No, correct.
Between her and Sally.
Right.
Yeah, of course. Of course. And that's the way it has to be. It's because it's just right. It's just the right thing to do.
Well, when you get like 25 warriors, 25 wives, they heal each other.
Yep.
People have said, and then of course all this phenomenal support staff, they get more coming on a retreat than they sat with a psychiatrist for years.
Right.
They get more from here than going to see the doctor that way, because everybody, it's just,
a healing process.
The whole gamut is the whole thing, and the community needs to really realize how they're the ones that make this happen. They're the ones that have made this happen, because there's no place in this nation that has a community that comes together like this one.
No, I don't think so either.
There's not.
Absolutely
because
not.
These guys come from all across the nation.
Oh, yeah.
And we've had hundreds come through, and they have, and to have them come for 8 days, 7 nights, and have this community donate and help and support like they are. You just don't see that. Plus, focusing on the caregivers is very unique. There's a lot of groups that do a lot of wonderful things for the wounded warriors, but it's those caregivers that are so often forgotten.
Right.
And
unless you've been one, you really don't know either, because it's very taxing. I mean, physically, mentally, the whole 9 yards.
And every one of these young men and women that come down for these retreats, they're completely overwhelmed, because they say 99.9% of these functions for the veterans, it's what they call pet a vet.
Oh, yeah.
This is not that. But see, the other part of that is, Linda's talking about the community, is you guys here at WKGC don't realize how big a part you are by letting this get out into the community. I mean, with you doing this, it just shows the strength of this community and everybody working together. And there's just no bounds to it. So we have to thank you for that.
Well, we'll thank Gulf Coast State College. Being a vet, my heart is set for vets, but it's a wonderful thing that they allowed military hour to start, and now, like the Navy base, they're sending people out. Tyndall sending people out, and this microphone and program is open to anyone and everyone that is helping vets in any manner. If you want to just get information out about a program or an event, I mean, all you got to do is just get a hold of us. We'll make it happen for you. Not a problem. In fact, we're about to, I shouldn't let the cat out of the bag, but we're about to be able to come to you. So, yeah.
In September?
Yeah. Tom's not here. That's why I did that. He'll see this when he edits, and he'll scold me.
He'll edit this portion, Cary.
I hope not. I'll get the original.
I also want to thank One Stop Flowers. They donate all of the roses. We put a dozen red roses in the room, and that's usually like 35 dozen red roses. One Stop Flowers is helping with that, and we're so grateful. And then Callaway Country Florist usually does all of our centerpieces on the tables, and so we're very, very grateful. Beach House Florist helped us with those roses for years, and now they're helping other charities. So now it is all One Stop Flowers that does all the roses and the corsages for the wives of the wounded warriors. And Callaway Country Florist, they do all the centerpieces on the tables, and they do corsages for us too sometimes, because we do have 5 Vietnam vets that ride in the parade in the front with their wives or a guest, and we give corsages to those ladies. They have their names on the sides of their vehicles along with their flag, and from what I've heard from some of them, these are people in their 60s and 70s. They get a closure and a healing they've never had before. Yeah. Because everybody knows how the Vietnam vets.
Well, see, and believe it or not, Cary, it took me until a year ago to realize that I'm a Vietnam vet. I mean, I spent 20 years in the Air Force, but I was over in Tokyo for 4 years. And I said, well, I wasn't in Vietnam. And they said, wait a minute, it doesn't make any difference if you were there physically. You were supporting that war in Vietnam, so you're a Vietnam vet. And I talked to her about it quite a bit, and I was totally floored by that because I didn't feel like I deserved that honor of being a Vietnam vet because I wasn't there getting shot at and napalm sprayed.
Yeah, I
So
understand.
those are the kind of things, just a little insight, what we learned from this, too.
Yeah. Let's talk about those flowers. That's expensive stuff.
It is very expensive stuff. You're not kidding. A dozen red roses.
I don't know about anybody else, but Jerry, I hope you've bought some of those flowers for Miss Norma at some time in your marriage.
Yeah, I think a couple of times.
A lot of money, huh?
A lot of money.
I mean,
No,
A lot
you know
of
what?
money.
Well, who cares?
yeah.
You know what? You can make the money, but that's just something. To me, she's not one of those that needs these dozen red roses. That's why it's lasted for almost 32 years. I mean, a bouquet of chrysanthemums or something like that, or just let's go to dinner. That's the kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
there you go.
We get so locked into this, and I understand why the roses are so
Yeah, we
important
do
to these
that.
They
ladies
are,
because
yeah.
their husbands can't afford to do it, but it's just something that elevates them to the fact that you are important in life too.
Yeah.
This is what we do for important people like
Make them feel special because they are.
Well,
Yeah.
there's gifts in the rooms that are all over, homemade goodies, all kind of gifts. And there's so many restaurants and other businesses that donate, which if I start listing, we'll forget, but they will all be on our website at warriorbeachretreat.org, warriorbeachretreat.org. We are
Check
in
it
the
out.
process of taking off the ones that helped for the last one and putting on the new ones. They all should be on there before the next retreat and run the whole time. And people are looking at our website nationwide now
Right.
because we did get national publicity
Right.
for the last retreat in a not a good way with a fraternity, but it helped people know in the nation our community does more than spring break.
Oh,
They do
yeah.
great things for our wounded warriors, and so we're very, very grateful for that. But
And I've seen the support in the community really blossom lately.
it's picked up a lot since the last retreat. It's phenomenal.
Well, I've got a confession to make. I had to get my wife off that wanting flower stuff, but it was a big mistake. Now she wants chrome for her Harley. It's more expensive. So,
I need to talk to you because I don't want I can't balance the two-wheel. I want the three-wheelers, but she won't let me get one.
oh,
Serious? Oh my
you should ride. You should ride one of those. We have a guy that's 84 that rides one.
I love motorcycles,
Oh,
but we had a grandson killed on one. And
sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I'm leery of that.
Sure, sorry to hear that.
Chrome, you can't just like metal, like tin or something.
She knows the difference.
The aluminum.
She worked on aircraft and retired from Boeing. She knows that stuff.
Hey, your wife.
Now, like the plaques I was just talking about selling, it's out of our fundraiser. There's usually some plaque in it that just touches my heart. And this time it is the fruit of the Spirit. And that's what I have sold 28 of. And those will be in the Warriors' rooms for them to take home.
Love, kindness,
And
peace, joy.
this community has donated a lot of plaques, and I really
Good.
appreciate it.
Good.
So-
see it more this time than any
Right.
other retreat, right?
Right.
More people stepping up. It's phenomenal. It's a blessing.
Good news.
It is.
Good news
It's
is
all
good news.
Why can't we have these 365 days a year, Linda?
We are. It's a full-time job doing it twice a year. But
And we can't let this go without mentioning her husband Philip.
oh,
Yes, that's right.
I mean, this guy
Oh,
right
man.
here, he goes to work at what time? 8 in the morning.
No, he leaves at 6:30.
He gets home at 5 o'clock at night, and then Linda
5:30.
puts him to work until midnight. So, I
That's
mean,
it.
Philip really,
I know.
Yeah.
he does
Right.
all the emailing and does all the loose end tie up and everything, and it's amazing. And that's what their whole family's
Yeah,
about.
and
And that's
it-
why Norma and I are so happy.
It's great when you're a team and you have that mutual support. So I know I've got it with my gal. So
Yes.
Right, and that's the,
No, well, thank you for mentioning my husband. 'cause
Absolutely.
He does
I mean,
the
he
behind the
does.
scenes.
He does.
And he does. People have no idea the work he puts into the behind the scenes.
family. That's
Well,
what it's
Yes,
about.
yes.
And I wanted to say something fast about my mom and dad. Is that
Be nice. Christmas is coming.
Yeah.
No, this is good. This is good. I'm really blessed, truly blessed by the Lord to have awesome parents. I'm not just saying that, and I'm just really. My dad works hard and my mom works hard, but I'm just thankful because I haven't said this in a while, but I'm blessed to have awesome godly parents that really love the Lord and are called to do something that is special, and I sometimes take that for granted, but I'm not going to do that no more because I'm thankful and fortunate and to be a part of what they're doing and for these warriors, and I'm thankful and I'm glad I'm here still alive, and it's amazing. So that's all I wanted to say.
Good for you. Good for you.
Nice Christmas present. I appreciate that.
But you still have to clean your room tonight.
But I wanted to report because you scared me last month.
Uh-oh.
Actually,
If you want to share
share
it.
this, yes. Actually, it's a real miracle because I had a procedure. My eyes were starting to mess up. I was starting to see red flashing lights and black things, and I went to see an eye center. South went there, and my retina was detaching from my eye, so I had to go in on Wednesday. That was a Monday. Went in on Wednesday, and a wonderful doctor did laser surgery to reattach it. But after that, I lost consciousness, and he actually thought I had died. And
That was about July 4th, wasn't it? Somewhere around there?
yeah, he thought I was gone, and they called the ambulance. As soon as they looked at me, they called code red. So we went to the hospital, and we were there, and they did a carotid artery thing on my neck and said it was 70 to 100% blocked with a lot of pressure. And it made no sense because all my levels are good. A lot of people praying. Dr.
As did we.
Did the test. It's like a heart cath to your brain. He said, Linda, you are clear as a bell. God did a miraculous healing, and I give him the glory. We have it documented. There was no blockage on either one of my carotid arteries.
Right.
He said, you keep doing what you're doing. So I just praise God for his... He's the same yesterday, today, and forever.
Still in the healing business.
Still in the healing business, yes. So I'm so grateful for that. But that was a time of just really knowing that,
Scared all of us.
Oh, yeah.
yes,
Right.
Yeah.
yes.
She
And,
probably got tired of me sending her texts.
I could really feel the love. But people aren't used to me slowing down, and I had to for 3 weeks. And I'm going, I got to get going with this retreat. And I'm not used to.
I know the feeling.
But God is faithful. And on these retreats,
Well,
we
good.
have chaplains and 3 chaplains and wives coming. One of them is a general coming, Charlie Baldwin, and they've all, from my understanding, they've all seen combat. And like Jerry was saying, it doesn't matter. The general is here, and we'll have the privates and everybody. We have all ranks and everything during this retreat. And our staff comes in on the 11th of September, and we're grateful for the Marriott Courtyard in Panama City that's actually donating the rooms for our staff. That's about 7 rooms.
There you
We're
go.
hosting them.
Terrific.
So I'll put a plug out there for Marriott Courtyard. So our staff is coming from all across the country and staying there that night. And, we have seen what was probably one of the darkest times I've ever gone through since the last retreat, because as everybody knows, that was very challenging for me. But we have seen God say, Linda, this isn't your vision, this is mine. And I'm sending the people to help you fulfill my call. It's nothing about you, Linda. You're just my vessel.
Right.
And
There you
this
go.
belongs to our community.
It is, yeah.
And it was like, he's going, you're going to come out of this like Job in the Bible. It's going to be better off in the end than when you went in. Because I'll be honest with you, there were times with some of the challenges I went through that I thought, I'm going to leave this town. I'm going to move. I'm going to go. And it's like the Lord said, you can leave, you can give up because it's gotten so hard. But you're gonna stand before me one day.
You know who you just sounded like?
Who?
Job.
I know it was. People don't know it was very, very difficult. Some of the stuff behind the scenes I went through, and
I can imagine.
people were trying to take our corporation from us with some of the stuff that we were dealing with, and it's like the Lord said, "Linda, this isn't yours. This is my vision." But we all want to hear, "Well done, thou good and faithful servant." And when God calls us to something, I had a John Gephardt from Gainesville. I was meeting with him. He said, "Linda, what you're paying is the price of leadership."
Yeah.
And you've got to realize that. But I realize we all have a choice. And when it gets too hard, we can walk away. And we can say, I'm not going to finish the call that you have on my life. Or we can step out and say, God, give me the grace to complete to let you work through me and send the people to help us to finish this, because it's your vision.
That's right.
Because so many lives have been saved. So many marriages have been saved. And I thank God for the support of this community, for the prayers of this community. And, to encourage me, Linda's, don't quit.
That's right.
Don't quit.
I'll share something with you real quick. That, in fact, just yesterday, a brother and I were talking, and he says, well, Dieter, it's always like this. When somebody's doing something good, there's always going to be a few off to the side. They're going to try and tear them down. He says, none of us are immune. I said, you know what? You're right, brother. So I've seen it.
And Linda just said a phrase, too, it's so fitting, that talks about these warriors. She said, if it gets too tough, we can walk away. But think of these young men and women.
That's right.
Yeah, they can't.
They can't walk away.
No.
They have whatever is wrong with them for the rest of their life.
Exactly.
There's no magic pill to suddenly go, ooh, you never were in an explosion. Your brain is perfect. There's no magic pill that says, well, you lost your arm, so we'll make you a brand new arm and it'll look like you never. They can't walk away. And we will not walk away.
Right.
We will not walk away from these young men and
I
women.
know.
There you go.
I've heard of groups, though, that get started, and when they realize the work involved, they quit. The
Yeah.
Warriors have told me about that. And like Jerry said, we don't use them for political or
right.
financial gain. We may have, politicians that come just to be there, to be with us, but it's not a photo op. It's
Right.
nothing like that.
Right.
They're
Right.
there for the Warriors,
That's
and that's what's so important, because we're not going to use them for political or financial gain. Then the walls come down, and then they can heal. Like Jerry was saying, you feel it. We're all human, but we can tell when we're around people that are just doing a good deed, but they're doing it from the heart.
Right.
Right.
And that's what heals these warriors. They feel the heart of this community. They feel the love of the people here, and they go, you guys are sincere. This is the real deal.
Right.
I'm not, this is very rare.
Those are the best deals, the real
Those are the
deals.
best.
Right.
Yes. But then they keep up with them all through the year. Jonathan calls them, talks to them, and they're not forgotten. And then we do the mini retreats to help strengthen marriages, which are smaller, but we just bring 4 to 6 couples and just try to strengthen those marriages. But we covet the prayers of this community. This group coming is a group that probably of all the groups have had the biggest struggles with PTSD and TBI. So please pray, pray, pray. Have your churches pray. And get behind us. It's a spiritual warfare.
Oh, yeah.
It really is. And then donate to us. Again, we are a 501c3, nonprofit, not the National Wounded Warrior Project. And we are Grassroots America. And it's at warriorbeachretreat.org. You can see our parade route. You can find out about Bob Williamson. And, and it's, God is good all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Even when we think, where are you, Lord? Why is this happening? He's going, I'm here.
I just wish the community could see the changes that we see from the day they step off that plane. That look of apprehension on, okay, what's going on here now, to the day they leave. They don't want to leave. They do not want to leave because they realize, hey, they found another part of their family.
Hopefully at some point they'll come back here and retire and continue doing the work.
They do.
So,
They vacation. They come. This is donate. We have family after family that comes and spends money here, stays in the condos, eats at the restaurants, bring their whole family. They have reunions here, weddings here. So it's bringing in income. Not that the community does it for that, But I want to put a big shout out and thank you to Sheriff Frank McKeith.
oh my goodness, yes.
Sheriff Frank McKeithen, that is doing our parade route, I just have the greatest respect for that man and for all the men that work for him. We're actually going to have 2 of the deputies out there with us for the whole retreat. Thank
Good
God.
deal.
And, he is put in God we trust on his vehicles. He is not ashamed. And we need to not take for granted the leader and the great man that we have in him. To step up and say, Linda, we're doing the parade route. We got you covered. We got our men out there to take care of you. And we as a community need to really let him know. Thank the man. Let
Oh,
him know.
absolutely.
And all those men that are, laying their lives down daily to protect and keep us safe.
Right.
All the first responders out there, from the firemen, the sheriff, the police.
Yeah, and
wonderful.
In today's climate, that's almost a thankless job now, and they're walking on eggshells and, anarchy in the streets. We can't have that. We just can't have that. Plain and simple.
Well, and then a lot of the sheriffs, a lot of the deputies that work for him, they have prior military experience.
Right.
A lot of them do,
Yes, a lot
so
of
they
vets.
understand it too.
Yes.
And those young men and women, you'll be surprised, Cary, how quickly they pick up on that. How quickly they pick up on that. Again, it's just like an unspoken code. Complete strangers can meet, and if you mention the military, immediately there's that connection
Yeah,
there.
there's the brotherhood and the sisterhood. That
Like I
is
said,
true.
They are a band of brothers that I don't understand. And that's where I'm praying for my son, for God to send people to him while he's up there, while he's in Orlando, that he can really relate to and open up to get the healing. He had hyperbarics and it worked great. He was all back to Josh for about a year. And I really am a big proponent and believer in the hyperbarics.
Right.
But sometimes you need tune-ups, and he never went back.
I talked with Tim. Excuse me.
Bedford?
I'm sorry, I apologize. I think the place is up on 26th Street
There's a place that's opened up near another broken
off
man.
Jenks. No,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
but he was saying something about they're trying to raise money
Yeah.
for the hyperbarics.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I don't remember the exact location.
But that's really been helpful for the TBI, from what I
It
understand.
makes a big
Right.
difference. I
So,
mean,
And what's really sad is the VA doesn't pay for those treatments.
right, yeah.
No, they don't.
Well, hopefully that can get changed too. If enough veterans organizations
Right.
and some studies are done, and unfortunately you have to do that, even though you could see improvements in someone. But maybe that'll happen here too. I hope.
I hope so.
So.
I hope so. But we're grateful for you having us today.
Oh, I'm privileged.
Blessing.
I'm just privileged.
Thank you so much. And again, we can't thank Norma and Jerry enough for their help and their support, and you, Cary, and my son, Jonathan. He's a
Not for
blessing.
the grace
Yep.
of God, it could have been our son over there in Iraq.
Exactly. That's
I hope you don't mind me picking on you every time I see you. I'm trying to get your hat. I like that hat.
You must look like an Englishman. You look like an Englishman.
Good
Bigger
deal.
than he is.
Everybody,
Maybe get that half.
everybody's bigger than me. It's not worth going to jail for. Don't do it. So,
You know, another thing is, regardless if you're Republican or Democrat, you know, Gwen Graham is a sweet lady. I've met
Oh, yeah.
Representative Graham.
I haven't met her,
So
but,
precious.
yeah.
And we usually have, like, when there's a representative, for the opening ceremony, they try to come or send somebody to give out their tokens of appreciation.
Right.
Well, she'll be in Washington. And for those of you that don't know, when she was in Washington during our retreat, she actually read to the whole floor up there, the whole floor, House and Representatives and the Senate, a proclamation about Warrior Beach Retreat and what our community does.
Oh, wow.
And I got it framed and hanging up. I don't have it hanging up. I got it framed. It's beautiful. But when she realized she couldn't come and be here for that, they'll have to send a representative. They said, well, she can come on these other days. Let her know when she can come. So it's not a political photo shop. She wants to be here being with these warriors.
Good.
So, you know, there's a lot of great Americans, regardless if you're in politics or not. Again, it's not political. But it means a lot to me. We have people like Steve Sutherland's dad would go deep sea fishing with the guys, you know, and it's just a blessing to be in a community where we have people that have a heart, regardless of where you are, politics or not
Right.
politics. So we're going to let Representative Graham know where we can have her come and be there to meet these men and women.
Go fishing with us.
or she could serve food down, or
She
you know,
wants to do, we'll have her
something.
one of our or whatever, because they gave me dates for several days.
Or
so
go to the spa.
Yeah.
We're for the, yeah, that's true. That's true. But again, we are in a great, supportive, patriotic community. And when it comes to the vets, it's all bipartisan. It's like whatever.
Yep.
We're all on the same
Yep.
page.
No drama, no politics.
No, we're not doing that.
It's about helping vets.
No, it's never going to be a photo op with a
Nope.
politician on my retreats. No way.
I'll put our pants on the same way. One leg.
There you go. Exactly.
Fireman, but
Well, yeah, that's a little different.
Why do you want to worry about that one time?
They slide down it. Never
Lie
mind.
down. Oh, okay, we better change.
Never mind.
But again, Cary, we're grateful for you having us.
Well, thank you.
Thank you for letting us get the word out. Again, opening ceremony, September 17th, 7 p.m., Highland Park Baptist Church with Bob Williamson. Parade route, warriorbeachretreat.org. Get out there, show your support. And then the barbecue, September 11th at Emerald Coast Behavioral Hospital from 10:30 to 1. And then Jerry's going to talk
And
about
Sonny's on
yes.
Monday, April 24th, all three Sonny's locations. They'll be giving a portion of their proceeds to Warrior Beach Retreat and the Callaway location on the 24th of August from 5 to 8, a big-time silent auction.
All right, folks, you heard it. Come on out. Let's do this.
Thank you so
All right.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Norma, thank you.